So, day 3. I feel like my thoughts are everywhere. Um, I don't know if that's gonna change, other than trying to concentrate them, which I am not at the moment. I guess I'm just trying to let them flow. More on, I guess, Bob Proctor's book on paradigms, and I was also reading Outwitting. I should stop saying reading. I was listening to Outwitting the Devil. But I guess something that struck me today in the Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life book was homeostasis, I guess. There is a thing in the body that controls temperature for your body. And his example was the thermostat in your house. Once it reaches a certain temperature, it goes off. If you have it set for 70 degrees, once it reaches 70 degrees, it heats up the house enough to get to 70 degrees, and then it turns off. Or if you have it set lower and it's a hotter day, it cools. Homeostasis. That's the same thing that also happens in the body. But the analogy was for it is the same thing with paradigms, I guess, the same thing with things that are in your life. Your mind, your heart, your spirit. No, well, I don't want to say your spirit. Your mind and your heart can be set for a particular type of person that you are. And if you are trying to change that, you are now fighting against that. And it's going to put up a good fight. Not impossible to change. It's just moving the dial from 70 to 65, or from 70 to 75. And in your mind, understanding that that's what's happening. You are procrastinating, or you're feeling like, oh, well, maybe today I don't have to do such and such. If, at least in the book, what they were talking about was remember that is part of your paradigm, your past, and it's the thing that you're trying to alter about yourself. So acknowledge it and do the change, be the change you want to be. Don't just let that don't let it win, I guess, is the best way to say it. And it is hard because you're going against what you've always been. And so much so that your body has agreed that that is what you've always been. Your mind has agreed that that is what you've always been. But you're aiming for something different. And it's not impossible, but it is quite the challenge. One of my favorite shows to watch is My 600-Pound Life. I know it's a weird show. And I was watching it yesterday. And it happened to be an episode where this guy, 600 plus pounds, is trying to lose weight. He had, he goes to the appointment, and he's set to do it, and then some death happens in his life. Now, while he's at this appointment, he says, I'm willing. I mean, most of them say that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to lose the weight. And I think a lot of people kind of say that in their life too. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to, accomplish this goal, get to this goal. I'm willing to follow the plan. And then it's like life hears that, or. And in order to break through to another vibration or another frequency, we're going to test that. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And then whatever it takes happens, you know? It just, I'm willing to do whatever it takes, no matter what happens. And then the no matter what happens, happens. Ugh, if that makes any sense. So, at least that's kind of what I got out of it. You're not just fighting circumstances; you're also fighting yourself to change, and it's not impossible. It's absolutely not impossible. But you do have to keep that in mind, and you have to remember and know that that's kind of what's happening. Anyway, I don't know if that made sense. But that was part of my day 3 thoughts.